Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
This tweet from Nick Burafato, who's linked to, some people tell me they're waiting for the settlement with the SEC versus Ripple before they invest in Ripple at link2.com. Fact, the moment we know a settlement is happening, acquiring pre-IPO Ripple will be near impossible. We will likely be unable to acquire anymore. Of course, he's right. Same thing goes for XRP. Watch that lawsuit happen and see what happens to that price. Now, This is a Michael Saylor who is a Bitcoin maxi gone wild, but he tweeted this video, and this is interesting, from CNBC.
At the center of the market action today is the Russian ruble crash. What does that mean, and how does a currency collapse? Well, first of all, after a chaotic night of trading post new sanctions being announced, the ruble opened up immediately, losing 30% of its value. It's off those lows, but still getting hammered. Why? Two of the most painful moves. Some Russian banks, Kayla mentioned, have been blocked from the SWIFT international payment system, and U.S. and Europe have cut off Russia from its currency reserves, which is its war chest of money that it's built up to prop up its currency at a time like this. Russia still does have access to its Chinese lifeline, as far as we know, and it's got gold that it could sell, but it's going to be a lot harder to defend itself against this currency crash. So what Russia can do, it started to do. The central bank doubled interest rates to 20%, which can shore up currencies. It closed the stock market to prevent selling and put in place all sorts of capital controls, which are just limits on selling or getting capital to flee the country. And what it all means, it's a disaster for the Russian people. Their savings plummet. They see massive inflation. The prices of imports will skyrocket. And when they can eventually travel again, it'll be exorbitant for them because their money is just going to buy less everywhere. And there's also a growing chance of a Russian default. Russia is basically being cut off from the global economy. One key to monitor will be if we see broader scrambling for dollars in the system, the pressures in the money markets because of the ripple effects on European banks.
Did she just say ripple effects? I keep hearing people on CNBC say that the last 2 days.
Companies. That's why investors are on alert for the Fed and other big central banks to open up potentially emergency swap lines to boost liquidity and ease the run for dollars. Mike, we're not quite seeing that kind of extreme panic yet in terms of financial stress, but it is something that we're looking for and we're watching for right now. Russia's the 11th largest economy, which puts it behind South Korea. It's not the biggest trader. It's not the most important, and potentially that's why we're not seeing a broader effect, but we'll be watching because a currency crash, as we know, can be a financial crisis in any country.
That's right. Now, watch this one. Let me do a refresh here. Watch this.
Short term, Scott, it's energy, fertilizers, and cryptocurrencies, because all of those Russians are using. We've seen a flood of capital from rubles, that's how I know it's Russian, into various cryptocurrencies because they're being cut off from banking systems. So because of that, Tether, record volume of Ripple to Tether, and that's one of many so-called stable currencies that people would go for. And I think energy is just gonna fly. You saw what happened when we released from the spur. That's not even 3 days worth of crude oil, Scott. We're gonna see 120 crude so fast if this keeps getting worse over in Ukraine because the sanctions.
Folks, I can't say it enough. What I'm doing right now is there's 4 things that I'm doing with my stuff. I'm not telling you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor, but there's 4 things I'm doing. One of them is buying. I haven't been buying XRP, but I'm willing to. I've just hit my goals on that. But I'm buying XLM. I'm buying gold, and I do it both. I buy gold both physically and I do it the way I'm going to show you. I showed you the other day, and then I'm going into cash because that's what you do in these things. But the way I saw this today, breaking news: Bloomberg Commodity Spot Index jumps the most since 2009. The Federal Reserve can't print supply chains, and I think this graphic right here is completely telling. Russians own 12% of the world's crypto assets. I saw this being running around today. According to Russian associations of crypto economics, more than 17 million Russians, about 12% of their population, are cryptocurrency owners. 60% of the local crypto investors are aged between 25 and 44. According to an estimate, Bank of Russia, annual volume of crypto transactions by Russians reaches $5 billion. So, Russia's all in. Alright, XRP, Bart sent me this one. This is hilarious. AMC Theaters to accept Dogecoin and Shiba Inu payments in March, CEO says. Well, this is nothing, in my opinion, but an example of a company trying to take advantage of headlines because for some goofy reason, people think that Dogecoin and all that is a good idea. Now, I'm not going to play this video, but I did want to show you the quote. We have a good lead going into that journey of cryptocurrency as well as Web3, says Serena Williams. So there's yet another celebrity jumping into the fray. Eleanor Terrett tweeted this out today. Lawyers connected to the SEC versus Ripple case say they're in limbo right now, waiting for a couple of rulings from Judge Netburn to come down. Notably, the motion to reconsider the SEC request for consideration of the status of the Hinman emails and the response to Brad Garlinghouse request to disclose notes from a 2018 meeting between himself and the SEC Commissioner Roisman. Lawyers say decision on the former could be made this week. Write it down, folks. We're never going to see those emails. We're not going to see those emails. They're going to have to make this go away before then. That's just what I say. Now, we've heard that Bill Hinman was getting paid his retirement from Simpson Thacher while he was working at the SEC, but there's nothing like seeing it with your own eyes. John Deaton tweeted this: $15 million in payments from the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance member Simpson Thacher in less than 4 years while at the SEC. Don't forget, Hinman later becomes a partner at Andreessen Horowitz. Lawyers representing Andreessen Horowitz helped write the Hinman speech and the memo requesting a free pass. Now, these are the emails right here, and if you look as we go down, let's see, right here. This is from one of the bankers, I guess. Mr. William Hinman retired as an active partner from Simpson Thacher and Bartley at LLP January 2017. His income was this. 2019, his income will also be this. So basically what they're talking about here is his retirement income, which he continues to receive from them. Then he went back to that firm. Now, do you remember this in the midst of this Ukraine crisis? It was an article on CoinDesk, right here. CoinDesk from December 14th, 2021. Ukraine commercial bank to test digital currency built on Stellar. Everything comes full circle, doesn't it? And finally, this Jason Gottlieb did a little thread for Senator Warren about her tweet about cryptocurrencies undermining sanctions. Dear Senator Warren, I'm generally a fan of yours. I am not. I am liberal, progressive, and support many of the things you do, but you're absolutely wrong on crypto, specifically wrong about this issue. Now, his first line here, folks, this tells you why it's so important and how we're going to vote them all out. All these anti-crypto people, they're going to be voted out because part of their constituency is, even though the people like them, there's a large chunk of these people's constituency that love crypto, and they're going to vote them out. And he says, yes, it's possible that Putin has his cronies will use crypto to move, hide money, but that was already possible and happening with cash, jewels, real estate, yachts. There are controversial ways to stop money laundering that, if we try, work quite well. The U.S. sanctions, both pre-existing and newly enacted, will squeeze hard at Putin's inner financial circle. The Biden admin should be praised for these. He's doing a great job managing this horrible situation, but shutting down crypto indiscriminately to Russians would be a disaster. Many Russians are either aghast at their government or are pure innocents who are apolitical and don't support violence, just looking out for their family in a bad situation. But their governments failed them. Anyway, this guy goes on. Right here's the interesting part.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.